The stratospheric view reveals a glowing golden grid where 500,000 sleepy towns are peacefully hid. I rest my weary temple on the chilled acrylic glass, watching all the tiny silent constellations pass. The turbine gives a steady low and reassuring hum, reminding me exactly where my compass journeys from. The isle slumbers quietly beneath the dimmed out lights, a solitary waking soul on transatlantic flights. I trace the curved trajectory across the painted map, with my favorite woolen sweater folded in my lap. An ocean is dividing us with currents deep and wide, yet emotionally I am sitting right there by your side. Oh, love never feels far when we share the same orbit, an invisible frequency, and my quiet soul absorbs it. The meridians and latitudes are merely drawn on lines, they cannot block the way your spirit radiantly shines. From 30,000 feet above the spinning hemisphere, I take a solitary breath, and I can feel you right here. We skip across the borders as the time zone shifts ahead, while you are dreaming safely in our comfortable bed. The gravity feels weaker up above the heavy weather, but the tether of our loyalty is keeping us together. This temporary distance is a tiny grain of sand, until the very moment that the landing gear will stand. A ribbon of magenta starts to break the eastern dawn, the longest portion of this quiet exodus is gone. The pilot softly signals our descending altitude, and fills my wandering spirit with profound gratitude. The continent approaches, and my journey meets its end. The wheels are touching down. The wheels are touching down, and I am finally back to you. paper bell above the baker's door is gone, replaced by modern glass that greets the early dawn. I walk you down the pavement where I used to play, but every familiar landmark seems to fade away. The weeping willow tree was cut down in the square, a completely different skyline resting in the air. I brought you here to show the chapters of my youth, but time has overwritten every rugged, simple truth. The cinema is shuttered, painted over twice, an unfamiliar vendor selling flavored ice. I felt a heavy wave of sadness pulling at my sleeve, until you held my waist and told me just to breathe. Because you are my home again, right here in the street, a steady living sanctuary where our fingers meet. The buildings might dissolve and the avenues erase, but I find my shelter tracing your familiar face. I thought I lost my origin, my compass and my guide, but my true destination is walking by my side. Physical address is just a temporary phase, a number on a porch lost inside a shifting maze. The mortar and the bricks will eventually decay as seasons wash the footprints of the past away. But what we built together is immune to passing years, a fortress of affection that absorbs my quiet tears. We turn the final corner, leaving history behind, a brilliant unwritten future beautifully designed. The autumn leaves are dancing by our leather shoes, erasing any remnant of the nostalgic blues. The town is unrecognizable, yet I am perfectly fine. The past is resting quietly, and my true home is in your arms. The architecture stands so rigid, cold and tall, a maze of heavy concrete and a fractured glass wall. Sirens piercing through the freezing evening air, a million hurried footsteps rushing everywhere. But then you loop your arm right underneath my own, and suddenly this jagged city turns to a comfort zone. Signs are flashing with a piercing glare, but I am mesmerized by how the wind untangles your hair. The sharpest edges of the day begin to gently blur, replaced by your silhouette, wrapped in winter fur. You act just like a vintage lens upon a camera frame, diffusing all the chaos right before you speak my name. Oh, you make my world soft when the edges are entirely too rough, a velvet sanctuary when the universe is acting too tough. Take the bitter freezing cold and turn it into silk, a soothing melody as smooth as honey and milk. Whenever life becomes a heavy, complicated stone, you are the gentle feather that I get to call my own. Is lost, I drop my heavy shields the moment that we touch, because your gentle gravity relies on giving so much, a tranquil sort of magic that the modern world forgot. You elegantly untie every single anxious, tightly tangled knot. We leave the crowded boulevard and step into the park, embracing the serenity hiding in the dark. The street lights melt into a glowing amber haze as I become completely lost inside your tender gaze. The rigid shapes of yesterday are finally laid to rest. The harshness fades away, and I am wrapped in you. And I am wrapped in you. The ceiling fan is spinning in a lazy round, casting gentle, moving quietly upon the ground. Your head is resting safely on a velvet couch cushion, breathing in a tranquil tempo free of any rushing. I hold a worn-out paperback entirely in one hand, tracing down the paragraphs of a distant fictional land. Read a heavy sentence out loud into the quiet room, feeling how the syllables gently vibrate in my chest. You shift your weight completely and let out a tiny sigh, finding the exact position where your weary shoulders rest. We do not need an audience or an action-packed display when we can simply narrate this peaceful afternoon away. Oh, we are building a gentle kind of love right here, where every spoken consonant makes the chaos disappear. Or a cinematic scene, but living in the quiet, peaceful margins in between. A steady, grounded narrative that we slowly get to write, a perfect little sanctuary hiding in plain sight. Heroes in this chapter might cross a stormy sea, searching for a hidden treasure or a grand epiphany. But I look down and realize my journey is complete, with all the wonder of the world sleeping at my feet. No epic tale of glory could ever really compare to the simple, profound privilege of stroking your hair. I fold the corner of the page and gently close the spine, watching how your eyelashes flutter in a deep, dreaming state. I pull a knitted blanket right across your resting form, deciding that the outside world is simply going to wait. The story is suspended, and my soul is perfectly still. Completely lost replaced by modern glass that greets the early dawn. I walk you down the pavement where I used to play, but every familiar landmark seems to fade away. The weeping willow tree was cut down in the square, a completely different skyline resting in the air. I brought you here to show the chapters of my youth, but time has overwritten every rugged, simple truth. The cinema is shuttered, painted over twice, an unfamiliar vendor selling flavored ice. I felt a heavy wave of sadness pulling at my sleeve, until you held my waist and told me just to breathe. Because you are my home again, right here in the street, a steady living sanctuary where our fingers meet. The buildings might dissolve and the avenues erase, but I find my shelter tracing your familiar face. I thought I lost my origin, my compass and my guide, but my true destination is walking by my side. Physical address is just a temporary phase, a number on a porch lost inside a shifting maze. The mortar and the bricks will eventually decay as seasons wash the footprints of the past away. But what we built together is immune to passing years, a fortress of affection that absorbs my quiet tears. We turn the final corner, leaving history behind, a brilliant unwritten future beautifully designed. The autumn leaves are dancing by our leather shoes, erasing any remnant of the nostalgic blues. The town is unrecognizable, yet I am perfectly fine. The past is resting quietly, and my true home is in your amber safety bulb is casting such a ruby-tinted glow. I rock the shallow basin very carefully and slow. A piece of blank white paper resting underneath the tide, waiting for the hidden secret it attempts to hide. The silver starts to gather where the shadows ought to be, slowly recreating how you gently looked at me. Liquid washes over every contour of your face, developing a portrait time can never quite erase. I use the wooden tones to lift the memory to the air, capturing the sunlight bouncing off your flowing hair. No digital illusion could replicate this grace, or permanently anchor such a wonderfully safe space. Because you are always in my heart, perfectly exposed, a beautifully focused chapter that will never be closed. Even if the colors fade to vintage black and white, you are the only beacon shining in my darkest night. A deeply printed image that I carry in my soul, the undisputed masterpiece that keeps me fully whole. The outside world is rushing through a million frantic screens, forgetting all the beauty hidden in the quiet scenes. But I prefer the patience of this analog design, watching how your timeline is intersecting mine. Every single chemical reaction gets it right, bringing out your brilliance in the middle of the night. Dripping photograph upon the hanging wire, fueling up the embers of this solitary fire. I wipe my weary hands and simply marvel at the view, an undeniable testament of everything we knew. The studio is silent, my spirit starts to sing. polishing cloth glides over the faded wood, restoring the luster exactly like I hoped it would. You adjust the silver tuning pegs with a patient hand, while the afternoon shadows slowly stretch across the land. A little speck of dust dances within the sunbeam ray, as we quietly chase the heavy noise of the world away. The metronome sits quietly upon the windowsill, letting this unhurried afternoon remain completely still. You pluck a single harmonic that rings out pure and bright, instantly bathing this entire room in a golden light. I don't require a symphony or a massive concert hall, when listening to your breathing is the greatest sound of all. Oh, we are discovering the perfect resonance today, letting the complicated frequencies just melt away. It isn't about striking a loud or demanding tone, but finding the sweetest vibration we have ever known. A beautiful acoustic harmony that we gently align, where your gentle, steady rhythm perfectly matches mine. Some instruments are hurried and forced to play too fast, losing the delicate magic that was meant to last. But we are taking our time to stretch these brand new strings, appreciating the peaceful comfort that patience brings. Every minor adjustment brings us closer into key, unlocking a beautiful melody meant just for you and me. The final peg is turned and the intonation is clear, creating the most magnificent chord I could ever hear. You pass the polished neck directly into my embrace, with the most exquisite, tender smile upon your face. The restoration is finished, and my spirit is completely sound. And my heart is playing your song. The copper bell above the baker's door is gone, replaced by modern glass that greets the early dawn. I walk you down the pavement where I used to play, but every familiar landmark seems to fade away. The weeping willow tree was cut down in the square, a completely different skyline resting in the air. I brought you here to show the chapters of my youth, but time has overwritten every rugged simple truth. The cinema is shuttered, painted over twice, an unfamiliar vendor selling flavored ice. I felt a heavy wave of sadness pulling at my sleeve, until you held my waist and told me just to breathe. Because you are my home again, right here in the street, a steady living sanctuary where our fingers meet. The buildings might dissolve and the avenues erase, but I find my shelter tracing your familiar face. I thought I lost my origin, my compass and my guide, but my true destination is walking by my side. Physical address is just a temporary phase, a number on a porch lost inside a shifting maze. The mortar and the bricks will eventually decay as seasons wash the footprints of the past away. But what we built together is immune to passing years, a fortress of affection that absorbs my quiet tears. We turn the final corner, leaving history behind, a brilliant unwritten future beautifully designed. The autumn leaves are dancing by our leather shoes, erasing any remnant of the nostalgic blues. The town is unrecognizable, yet I am perfectly fine. The past is resting quietly, and my true home is in your arms. The stratospheric view reveals a glowing golden grid where 500,000 sleepy towns are peacefully hid. I rest my weary temple on the chilled acrylic glass, watching all the tiny silent constellations pass. The turbine gives a steady low and reassuring hum, reminding me exactly where my compass journeys from. The isle slumbers quietly beneath the dimmed out lights, a solitary waking soul on transatlantic flights. I trace the curved trajectory across the painted map, with my favorite woolen sweater folded in my lap. An ocean is dividing us with currents deep and wide, yet emotionally I am sitting right there by your side. Oh, love never feels far when we share the same orbit, an invisible frequency, and my quiet soul absorbs it. The meridians and latitudes are merely drawn on lines. They cannot block the way your spirit radiantly shines from 30,000 feet above the spinning hemisphere. I take a solitary breath and I can feel you right here. Across the borders as the time zone shifts ahead, while you are dreaming safely in our comfortable bed. The gravity feels weaker up above the heavy weather, but the tether of our loyalty is keeping us together. This temporary distance is a tiny grain of sand until the very moment that the landing gear will stand. A ribbon of magenta starts to break the eastern dawn. The longest portion of this quiet exodus is gone. The pilot softly signals our descending altitude and fills my wandering spirit with profound gratitude. The continent approaches and my journey meets its end. The wheels are touching down and I am finally back to you. finished spinning in a lazy rivet ground, casting gentle moving patterns quietly upon the ground. Your head is resting safely on a velvet couch cushion, breathing in a tranquil tempo free of any rushing. I hold a worn-out paperback entirely in one hand, tracing down the paragraphs of a distant fictional land. I read a heavy sentence out loud into the quiet room, feeling how the syllables gently vibrate in my chest. You shift your weight completely and let out a tiny sigh, finding the exact position where your weary shoulders rest. We do not need an audience or an action-packed display when we can simply narrate this peaceful afternoon away. Oh, we are building a gentle kind of love right here, where every spoken consonant makes the chaos disappear. It isn't found in dramatic vows or a cinematic scene, but living in the quiet, peaceful margins in between. A steady, grounded narrative that we slowly get to write, a perfect little sanctuary hiding in plain sight. Heroes in this chapter might cross a stormy sea, searching for a hidden treasure or a grand epiphany. But I look down and realize my journey is complete, with all the wonder of the world sleeping at my feet. No epic tale of glory could ever really compare to the simple, profound privilege of stroking your hair. I fold the corner of the page and gently close the spine, watching how your eyelashes flutter in a deep dreaming state. I pull a knitted blanket right across your resting form, deciding that the outside world is simply going to wait. The story is suspended and my soul is perfectly still. The afternoon is entirely yours, and I am completely lost in you. safety bulb is casting such a ruby-tinted glow. I rock the shallow basin very carefully and slow. A piece of blank white paper resting underneath the tide, waiting for the hidden secret it attempts to hide. The silver starts to gather where the shadows ought to be, slowly recreating how you gently looked at me. Liquid washes over every contour of your face, developing a portrait time can never quite erase. I use the wooden tones to lift the memory to the air, capturing the sunlight bouncing off your flowing hair. No digital illusion could replicate this grace, or permanently anchor such a wonderfully safe space. Because you are always in my heart, perfectly exposed, a beautifully focused chapter that will never be closed. Even if the colors fade to vintage black and white, you are the only beacon shining in my darkest night. A deeply printed image that I carry in my soul, the undisputed masterpiece that keeps me fully whole. The outside world is rushing through a million frantic screens, forgetting all the beauty hidden in the quiet scenes. But I prefer the patience of this analog design, watching how your timeline is intersecting mine. Every single chemical reaction gets it right, bringing out your brilliance in the middle of the night. I clipped a dripping photograph upon the hanging wire, fueling up the embers of this solitary fire. I wipe my weary hands and simply marvel at the view, an undeniable testament of everything we knew. The studio is silent, but my spirit starts to sing. The picture is finally clear, and you are printed in my heart forever. Forever. cloth glides over the faded wood, restoring the luster exactly like I hoped it would. You adjust the silver tuning pegs with a patient hand, while the afternoon shadows slowly stretch across the land. A little speck of dust dances within the sunbeam ray, as we quietly chase the heavy noise of the world away. The metronome sits quietly upon the windowsill, letting this unhurried afternoon remain completely still. You pluck a single harmonic that rings out pure and bright, instantly bathing this entire room in a golden light. I don't require a symphony or a massive concert hall. When listening to your breathing is the greatest sound of all. We are discovering the perfect resonance today, letting the complicated frequencies just melt away. It isn't about striking a loud or demanding tone, but finding the sweetest vibration we have ever known. A beautiful acoustic harmony that we gently align, where your gentle steady rhythm perfectly matches mine. Some instruments are hurried and forced to play too fast, losing the delicate magic that was meant to last. But we are taking our time to stretch these brand new strings, appreciating the peaceful comfort that patience brings. Every minor adjustment brings us closer into key, unlocking a beautiful melody meant just for you and me. The final peg is turned and the intonation is clear, creating the most magnificent chord I could ever hear. You pass the polished neck directly into my embrace, with the most exquisite tender smile upon your face. The restoration is finished, and my spirit is completely sound. And my heart is playing your song. architecture stands so rigid, cold and tall. A maze of heavy concrete and a fractured glass wall. Sirens piercing through the freezing evening air. A million hurried footsteps rushing everywhere. But then you loop your arm right underneath my own, and suddenly this jagged city turns to a comfort zone. The neon signs are flashing with a piercing glare, but I am mesmerized by how the wind untangles your hair. The sharpest edges of the day begin to gently blur, replaced by your silhouette wrapped in winter fur. You act just like a vintage lens upon a camera frame, diffusing all the chaos right before you speak my name. Oh, you make my world soft when the edges are entirely too rough. A velvet sanctuary when the universe is acting too tough. You take the bitter freezing cold and turn it into silk, a soothing melody as smooth as honey and milk. Whenever life becomes a heavy, complicated stone, you are the gentle feather that I get to call my own. People armor up to fight the bitter frost, navigating battlefields where innocence is lost. I drop my heavy shields the moment that we touch, because your gentle gravity relies on giving so much. A tranquil sort of magic that the modern world forgot. You elegantly untie every single anxious, tightly tangled knot. We leave the crowded boulevard and step into the park, embracing the serenity hiding in the dark. The streetlights melt into a glowing amber haze as I become completely lost inside your tender gaze. The rigid shapes of yesterday are finally laid to rest. And I am wrapped in you. The copper bell above the baker's door is gone, replaced by modern glass that greets the early dawn. I walk you down the pavement where I used to play, but every familiar landmark seems to fade away. The weeping willow tree was cut down in the square, a completely different skyline resting in the air. I brought you here to show the chapters of my youth, but time has overwritten every rugged simple truth. The cinema is shattered, painted over twice. An unfamiliar vendor selling flavored ice. I felt a heavy wave of sadness pulling at my sleeve, until you held my waist and told me just to breathe. Because you are my home again, right here in the street, a steady living sanctuary where our fingers meet. The buildings might dissolve and the avenues erase, but I find my shelter tracing your familiar face. I thought I lost my origin, my compass and my guide, but my true destination is walking by my side. Physical address is just a temporary phase, a number on a porch lost inside a shifting maze. The mortar and the bricks will eventually decay as seasons wash the footprints of the past away. But what we built together is immune to passing years, a fortress of affection that absorbs my quiet tears. We turn the final corner, leaving history behind, a brilliant unwritten future beautifully designed. The autumn leaves are dancing by our leather shoes, erasing any remnant of the nostalgic blues. The town is unrecognizable, yet I am perfectly fine. The past is resting quietly